Yo, what up, what up, people? Man, it is fight week, man. And we got Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin the Dream Haney.
Shout out to LikeableDialogue.
Hey, man, we got Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr., man. And this is the week that we all find out who is Brian Norman Jr. This is the week that we find out is if Devin Haney can go back to once who he once was in some people's eyesight, right? Not in my eyesight, but in some people's eyesight who don't believe Devin Haney is once what he used to be. You know what I mean? A lot of people feel like Ryan Garcia somewhat exposed Devin Haney. That's what some people feel. Some people feel like that, right? And they are entitled to how they feel. They are entitled to whatever they feel, right? They are entitled to it. And it's up to the boxers to come out and show the fans if they are who they say they are. You know what I'm saying? So here we are. We are live, right? And we're going to ask the chat a couple of questions today, man, because, oh, no, man, my battery's going out my keyboard. You know, when we live, stuff happens, man. Let me put these batteries back in the keyboard. But, you know, we're here to talk about this because we have to know. We have to figure out, like, what are we doing here, right? I don't like that. Hold on, y'all. Stuff happens when we live. Hold on. Here, like that. There we go. So, we have to ask ourselves, right? Who do we got today? Who do y'all got? Do you got Brian Norman Jr. or do you got Devin Haney? And that's the question that we're going to be asking today. The trolls are in the comments, but shout out to you. You know, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm just gonna block you because that's just crazy how people just do stupid stuff on live. That's just crazy. She blocked. All right, boom. So Devin Haney going up against Brian Norman Jr., man. I think it's gonna be an interesting fight. Brian Norman Sr. thinks his son is gonna come and shout out and, you know, and shut out the whole squad. You know what I mean? And so does Bill Haney. Bill Haney feel like his son is going to come out and showcase his skill set and prove that he is who he say he is. You know, I think this is going to be an interesting fight. We seen the clips that Devin Haney posted online. We seen those clips where he was hitting the pad work. We seen the clips. We seen the clips where Brian Norman Jr. was working out in the gym. But which one of these fighters wants it the most? Which one of these fighters are going to rise to the equation? Sam says, do you rap, bro? No, man, I do not, man. Hit that subscribe button for me, though, bro. Hit that subscribe button for me. And hit that like button. But like I say, man, I'm just curious on who go win this fight. I honestly think it's going to be like, if you was to really ask me, I think this fight is going to be 50-50. If I'm being real, right? I think this is a 50-50 fight. I don't have no big dog in this particular fight. I just think it's going to be a 50-50 fight. I just think it's going to be a 50-50 fight. I think Brian Norman Jr., he's strong. I think Devin Haney has a tremendous skill set, right? He's fast. He's sharp. He's been in there with some of the best, right? And but Brian Norman Jr. is just, he got that great left hook. He could counter you. He has a great counter. I don't think a lot of people give him credit for the counter. He got a great counter. But my question is, can he utilize that counter in a fight against Devin Haney, Kenny. So I'm really interested in this fight, man. I'm really curious to see who actually wins this particular fight, man. I'm actually curious on who wins. So I'm gonna pose a question for the chat. I'm gonna propose a question for you guys. And basically the question is gonna be is who wins this fight? Shout out to Kyle says Jesus love you very much. Shout out to you, Kyle.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Hey Kyle, man, send a super chat to the chat, man. Send us a super chat, man. Support the channel. Support the channel. So once this other computer come up, I'm going to ask you guys, who do you got winning this fight? And why? Because honestly, if we're being real, I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight. Me personally, I think it's a 50-50 fight. Let's see. Brian Norman Jr. left hook. Brian Norman said, do y'all know what Brian Norman said? Brian Norman says they practicing on the left hook, and it's the same thing that Ryan said. They practicing on the right hook, but I might end up stopping them with Brian Norman says they practicing for the left hook, but I might stop them on the right hook, is what he said. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to pull up this other chat so that I can put the chat in the quiz thing. And we are live. So a lot of stuff that people pre-record their content and they put it up. I'd rather just go live, put it up, and y'all have it. And y'all can join in on the debate. So if you got any questions about the Haney situation, Brian Norman situation, hey man, put it in the chat. Hold on. Y'all let me know if it start freezing because I'm tripping. And the thing is, Brian Norman is a true 147 pounder too. Like, and Devin is coming up. So I wonder, will some of the weight cut for Brian Norman Jr., I wonder will some of the weight cut sort of kind of like hurt him. You know what I mean? Because like sometimes with something like the fight we just saw with like Conor Benn and Chris Eubank, right? There's no way Chris Eubank can continue to go down to 154, but you can't expect Conor Benn to go up to like 168 and all of that. It's like, to me, Chris Eubanks was a little bit weight drained in that fight where he couldn't get off his punches and things of that nature. So the question is, is Brian Norman Jr. still comfortable at weighing in at 147? Like a Devin Haney who is coming up to 147, he won't have trouble. That like Devin Haney won't have trouble with the weight. You know what I mean? Like Devin Haney won't have trouble weighing in because he's coming up in weight versus going down in weight. He also talks about it too. He says he eats whatever he wants to eat. This is the first time where he's not having to shred so much weight. And so to me, that gives Devin Haney an advantage because he's coming up in weight, and this helps him sort of kind of have that energy, won't have to cut as much weight. It gives him the advantage, if you want to be real. Hold on, y'all. I've got this. So with Haney moving up to 147-pound division, this is his first fight. we thought we was going to get Devin Haney versus Boots Ennis at 147, but Boots declined it, and they said that Boots Ennis said that he wanted the tune-up first, and then we got the tune-up fight. And what did he do? Knock the guy out in the first round. So we probably could have got Boots Ennis versus Devin Haney, but Boots Ennis wanted a tune-up fight, and Boots Ennis, he got that tune-up fight at 154, and then we seen what happened. You know what I mean? But I wonder why people don't give Devin Haney his credit, right? Like, regardless if you like him or not, I would say Boots Ennis is a dangerous fighter, right? Would you agree? Like, I would say Boots Ennis is a dangerous fight for a Devin Haney, right? Because he's much bigger, right? And he's been at that weight class for a long time. Yes, maybe the Haneys saw it as, oh, well, he struggled with the fight. He struggled with his weight and stuff. And so this could be an advantage for him. But the thing is, we have to give him credit because he still said, okay, we'll take the fight at 147. You got to give him his credit. Levi Down says, everybody like and subscribe to him. Shout out to that boy Levi Downs, man. Make sure you hit that like button, that comment button, as always, man. That helps the channel grow. I appreciate that, Levi, man. Make sure you hit that hit that like button, man, and subscribe as well, man. Turn your notifications on so you know when we go live, man. But the question is for the chat tonight is, who wins this fight? Is it Devin Haney or is it Brian Norman Jr.? And we're about to put that in the chat as well, so the chat can be able to vote on it. Give me 1 second. We're gonna put the chat. Right, we're about to put this chat or a poll. Say who wins. I'm gonna say who wins. Brian Norman. I'm gonna say Haney. Haney or Brian Norman Jr. I'm gonna say or Norman Jr. And then your choices is gonna be Haney. The second choice is gonna be Brian. I'm gonna say Norman. And then your third option is gonna be 50-50. And then, damn, I was gonna try to do another one, but I didn't get to do it because I automatically clicked the poll. All right, guys. So the poll is up. Hopefully, you guys can get it in both. I don't know which view you guys are in. Hopefully, you guys can get it in both. If not, let's see if I can do. I can pull it up on both. So yeah, man, the poll is up for those you guys that are watching in a vertical view. If you're watching in a horizontal view, let me get that up for you. Haney will win. Toxic Game Plays says Haney will win. Why do you say Haney go win that fight? I think Haney will win too. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least I got hope in Haney. You know what I mean? At least I'm hoping that he win. But I think Brian Norman Jr. is a strong individual. I think Brian Norman Jr. is a true 147-pound fighter. right? And by him being a true 147-pound fighter, he's going to have a lot more power than Devin Haney, man. You know what I'm saying? My only thing is I want Haney to go in there and go back to his old self. Like, I want Haney to go in there and box. I want Haney to go in there and just be himself, right? His last fight against Jose, I don't think Haney was really himself. He was like dusting off the cobwebs, if you was to say. But I really do think Haney has the skills, the skill set and IQ to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Devin Haney has the skill set. Devin Haney has the capability, and I feel like Devin Haney should be the one that pull off this fight. If anybody was to pull off this fight, I feel like Devin Haney should be the one to pull off this fight. And when he do, I believe this will be he will be a 3-time champion, and I think he'll be a 6-time champion in 3 weight classes. So that right there shows that who is the more skillful fighter, or should I say that right there shows like if anybody is able to do it, Devin Haney is the one to do it. But Brian Norman say he's not backing down. Brian Norman says he's not backing down. Toxic Gameplay says skills pay the bills. If Norman fights going backwards, Haney KO. He says, yeah, bro, but Haney knows how to set traps, hit and move. Also, Norman gas tank is questionable. Ooh, okay. You know, one of the things that I talk about is you mentioned that Brian Norman Jr. gas tank is questionable, right? That's what you mentioned, right? Okay. If Brian Norman Jr. gas tank is questionable, what I would say is I would like to see Devin Haney go back to the body like he did Lomachenko. In the Lomachenko fight, everybody thought Devin Haney was going to use that jab. But one thing Devin Haney didn't do is he used the jab, but he went to the body with it. The Lomachenko fight showed me that a fighter can change their ways. A fighter can change their ways. You know how the saying is, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, or you can't teach a dog new tricks, or however the saying goes. That's untrue now. Because prior to the Lomachenko fight, what was Devin Haney's greatest attribute? Was the jab. The jab was Devin Haney's greatest attribute. But in that fight, they knew that Lomachenko had been preparing for Devin Haney's jab. So what did Devin Haney and his team do? They switched up the whole fight and went towards Lomachenko's body. That was the most beautiful body work Devin Haney had ever done. So I would like to see Devin Haney goes to Brian Norman Jr.'s body, since Toxic Game says Norman's gas tank is questionable. So since his gas tank is questionable, I personally would like to see Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney get it on, but I would like to see Devin Haney go to the body. That's what I would like to see. Make sure y'all hitting that super chat. You go somewhere else, they won't answer your comments for free, man. Send in a little super chat. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. My boy says, I think Haney will be a Progress style win. I hope so, because in that fight, I think he did a tremendous job. I'm not gonna lie. I think he did outstanding body work. I think he did a tremendous job. So if that was to be the case, I would be super excited because that would showcase that Devin Haney is back. I posted a clip on my Instagram page. If y'all ain't already, go follow me on Instagram at LikeableDialogue. Okay. But I posted a clip on Instagram saying that Devin Haney is back. Devin Haney is back. And a lot of people was upset with me saying, Devin Haney back. Ha, 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 ha. What do you mean, Devin Haney back? Devin Haney is back, meaning that he can have a outclass performance. He can outclass his he can have a outclass performance. And what I mean by that is he can outclass his opponent. And so I'm not the only one that thinks that, right? And shout out to Toxic Gown Plays, man. Shout out to you, bro, because you own what I'm on and you understand. Like, and I don't take no sides in boxing, bro. Like, one thing about me, like I'm fair. Like, I don't take no sides. Like right now we talking about Devin Haney. Then we're going to talk about Brian Norman Jr. You feel me? So I don't take sides. And so that's what I pride myself on. But I honestly feel like these two can be a 50-50 fight. You know what I mean? But he says, I think this would be a progress style win. Haney is just so good with moving and playing cat and mouse. You know what? Somebody else said the same thing, man. Who said that? Somebody else told me the same thing. That's crazy. He says, what if Haney has power at 147? Then that's going to be good. Right now at 147, let's just say this, right? First of all, before I get to your comment, bro, Toxic Games, bro, you got to hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Go hit that subscribe and like button for me, Toxic Games. Go hit that like and comment and subscribe button for me, brother. So before, I want to make sure this poll is up. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. Hold on real quick, y'all. Let me start a poll on this other one real quick. Real quick. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, who wins, Haney or, we streaming from multiple platforms and I have to put that up. I forgot to put that up. 1 second. Brian Norman Jr. All right. Haney. All right, boom. All right, we started the poll on the other one as well, so y'all can go participate in that. My boy says, I subbed like Subway and double tap he said I subbed like Subway and double tap that like button like I was making sure my op was speed. Shout out to my boy Toxic Games, bro. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. But okay, so we talked about that. What if Devin Haney has power? He says, I'm from Georgia too. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. We gonna open up the phone lines here shortly, man. We're gonna open up the phone lines, but it's we do charge like $5 to call in, but I might open them up for free, man, or something like that. So we gonna see. What if Haney has power at 147 is what he says. Okay, that's a great topic, bro. That's great. What if he has power at 147, right? And when we talk about, like, first of all, let's talk about Devin Haney for a second, right? If he has power at 147, that's great. My only thing is, I would say, like, who is in Devin Haney's weight at 147? Nobody. The division is wide open for Devin Haney. You know, I don't think Mario Barrios is a competition for him. I don't think Mario Barrios is competition for Devin Haney. You know what I mean? And so I think Devin Haney can go get that belt from Mario Barrios. Now, I know they talking about Ryan Garcia having that Ryan Garcia going up against Mario Barrios. But if the WBC let that happen, bro, they some fools. Like, how can you let a guy that's coming off of a loss, not one loss, but two losses, because he lost against Rolly, right? And he lost against, whether we like the loss or not, it's a loss, or no contest, or whatever it is. It's a loss against Devin Haney. How can a guy coming off of a loss have an opportunity at the WBC championship? How can we let that happen? It cannot happen. So for me, when we talk about this, I'm going to say Devin Haney has an opportunity for him to take over the 147-pound division. I really do think Devin Haney can have that division. You know, it's very possible. He can have that division. You know, all the big dogs are moved on. You got Rolly in that division. He's a hard puncher. One thing about Tank Davis said when they asked him, who was the person that hit you the hardest? Who was the person that gave you that hit the hardest? And guess what Tank said? Rolly hit like bricks. Now, Rolly has that. Rolly can hit you. You know what I'm saying? We've seen what he did to Ryan Garcia. We've seen that. So the question is, can Devin Haney possibly take over the 147-pound division? That's the question. I believe he can. You know, because who else? I believe Devin Haney has what it takes to take over the 147-pound division. I really do. So if you're interested in this conversation, man, make sure you comment, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That way you can join us for more content like this. My boy says, I'm from Georgia too. Okay, shout out to you all the way from Georgia. My boy says, and if Norman loses, if it ain't by KO, it won't ruin his career. No, facts, bro. It won't ruin his career. It really just, like, this whole situation with Brian Norman Jr. really just opens up his career. It opens it up to a way as in, like, it just opens up everything, man. Joe Mama says there ain't much big names at 147. And that's why and guess what, Joe Mama? Guess what? That's the reason why I said what I said, bro. That's the reason why I said what I said, is because if there ain't much big names at 147, right? Then that means the 147-pound division is wide open for Devin Haney. It's wide open for Devin Haney. Why do you think Manny Pacquiao is trying to make a comeback? You think he's trying to make a comeback for his own health? No, he came back because he thought that he can beat who? Mario Barrios. But then Mario Barrios showed him, like, nah, old school. It ain't, I ain't gonna let it be that easy for you. That's what he said. Nah, old school, I ain't finna let you come up here and beat me after you'd have been retired for 2 or 3 plus years. Nah, you better go back to that exhibition size. We seen what Real Kemp Umpo, whatever his name is, the guy that was supposed to go up against Ryan Garcia, but Oscar De La Hoya shut it down. Raquel Umpo, Yeah, we seen that. We seen that fight. We seen you get smashed up. And you think you finna, and you did that in an exhibition fight. You think you finna come over here and beat me in a real fight? Come on now, bro. So when Joe Mama says there ain't much big names at 147, thank you. That's the point. That's the point that I'm trying to make. So the 147-pound division is wide open for who? Devin Haney to take it over, or Rolly Ramiro to take it over, or Mario Barrios to take it over, or Ryan Garcia to take it over. Like those names, or even Teofimo to take it over. There's nobody in it, so it's there to be taken over. Which one of these fighters are going to take that opportunity and take over that 147-pound division? If Brian Norman Jr. beats Devin Haney, then guess what? I don't see nobody else being able to take it over like that. You see what I'm saying? If Devin Haney beats Brian Norman Jr., then guess what? That is a big opportunity for Devin to go get that belt and then go face Mario Barrios and petition the WBC, because there is no way that Ryan Garcia should have an opportunity at the WBC belt when he's coming off of a loss. And the same fact that they told Errol Spence Jr. that he could not fight for the 154-pound division belt against who? Sebastian Fundora, because he had never fought in that division before. Ryan Garcia never fought at 147. He always fought at a catch weight of 140, 143, 145. He never fought at 147-pound division. So if they give Ryan Garcia a 147-pound division belt fight, and they didn't give it to Errol Spence, Devin and Errol Spence should both do a petition to WBC on why Ryan Garcia deserves a WBC championship fight. No, Devin, you beat Brian Norman Jr., you should be the first in line for that WBC championship. And then you would not only become you would then become a 4-time champion in 6 divisions. Come on now. We don't do no favoritism over here, man. No, sir.
Shout out to LikeableDialogue.
Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy LD,
the Kid,
and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. I'm just saying, man, it's what is fair is fair, man. Just saying. Hey, Joe Mama, make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and go hit that like button if you haven't already. He says, agree, bro, but we need Haney to be tested. I believe he might be hitting his prime. We are definitely in the prime of Devin Haney, man. We are definitely in the prime of Devin the Dream Haney. We are definitely in the prime of Brian Norman Jr. You know, even though we are like just now becoming around to a Brian Norman Jr., right? We are getting introduced. I believe we are in his prime now, but we're definitely hitting the prime for Devin Haney. But then let's put Devin Haney amongst his peers, right? And his peers would be who? Shakur Stevenson. His peers would be Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez. Those are like the top ones, Keyshawn Davis and all of them, but I don't think they all in the same weight class, right? My thing is with Devin Haney is outshining them, right? Because he went down in weight to fight George Kambosos, right? 2 times for the belt, right? Then he goes to fight Regis Prograis. Then he goes to fight Lomachenko. You know, while Shakur Stevenson haven't been able to get these fights, I just feel like Devin Haney, career-wise, has just been outshining the rest of them, bro. And I really feel like Devin Haney and this Brian Norman Jr. situation, whoever wins, their career just go. But I want Devin Haney to win, but I want him to win in a division as in like, I want him to win more than just his last fight, right? I want him to actually win in dominant fashion. That way they be like, oh, yo, we got Dev back. We got Dev back. Dev is back. That's what I want. You know what I mean? I want people to be like, oh, yeah, Dev did that. I want his haters to be like, yo, we can't stamp that. We can't say nothing bad about that. But we got to give him his respect. You know what I'm saying? But Brian Norman Jr. is going to have to come out and showcase his side. And that's why I say I'm not biased because, okay, we talked about Devin and what it could possibly be for Devin. But what can this be for Brian Norman Jr.? This can be just as big for Brian Norman Jr. If Brian Norman Jr. takes this fight and he wins in dominant fashion, if Brian Norman Jr. takes this fight and he knocked down Devin Haney, then first thing people are going to say is, maybe it wasn't the juice in Ryan Garcia's gloves. Or maybe it wasn't Ryan Garcia on juice. Some people still believe, even though the New York Commission tested Ryan Garcia, some people still believe that it was just a hoax. So what I'm simply saying is, Devin Haney has to win, but if Brian Norman Jr. can knock Devin Haney down, or if Brian Norman Jr. can do something shocking to the crowd, to the audience, to Devin Haney, then man, it's just gonna be something to see. It's gonna be something to look at, you know. But that's just how I feel about this situation, man. I feel like Devin Haney has to come out. He has to show improve. I feel like the same way with Devin has to come out and show improve is the same way that Brian Norman Jr. has to. You know, if Brian Norman Jr. can take down a Devin Haney, bro, his career goes like this, man. And we're talking about a rise of a new star. And his name would be Brian Norman Jr. Can Brian Norman Jr. rise to the occasion and defeat Devin Haney? I know the Devin Haney haters will love to see that, right? But if you're just a boxer fan of the sport and you're just watching it, or even if you're a Devin Haney supporter, that would be harsh to see because it would be unexpected, right? Because Devin Haney says, you are a great fighter. And Top Rank are what? Great matchmakers. But you ain't on my level, is what Devin Haney is telling this guy. And to me, if I was Brian Norman Jr., I would take that into consideration on what he's saying. And then I would be like, okay, you saying I'm not on your level? I would say, okay, you say I'm not on your level. Okay, when I'm training, I would hit that pad extra hard. You know what I'm saying? And Devin Haney should be listening to all the people that's saying that he can't do it and hit the pads extra hard and just showcase his skill set in that way. The Mayweather scared to fight era is over. Man, I really hope so because we missing out on a lot of great fighters, man. My boy says the champs at 147 are Brian Norman, Louis Crocker, Rolando Romero, and Mario Barrios. And I think, man, like I said, whoever wins this fight, man, should go ahead and go to the next one. If I was Rolly, because Rolly is a big name. If I was Rolly, I'll be trying to get one of them other champions up out of there. Boom. So now, whoever wins this fight is gonna be the next star, gonna be the next superstar, bro. I mean, like Devin Haney is already a superstar, but whoever wins the Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. fight, bro, their stock is going to go up because there's so much potential for them. I'm telling you. And if I was Rolly, man, I'll go try to go grab another belt. And that way, the winner of this fight, they go grab a belt, and then them two clash. You know what I'm saying? For a unificational bout. because they both are big names. You see what I'm saying? They both are big names. You know, even if it's Mario Barrios so happened to win, in which I really wasn't that high on Mario Barrios, but he did an outstanding job against Manny Pacquiao. I got to give credit where credit is due. You see what I'm saying? If I was Rolly, I'll go grab me one more belt. Boom. And then I'll tell that other fighter, you go grab you another belt. And then we both come together for a unificational bout. And that's a big payday right there. Ooh-wee. My boy say Haney got chin though. He kept getting back up. Yup, he got chin. He kept getting back up. That's one of the things that I told people, bro. Like, yo, he got it. He got a heart. Some people just like, bro, like he got a heart, man. He got a chin. You right. He got a chin, bro. He got a chin. And that's just something that people just gonna have to just realize he has a chance. He kept getting up, not one time, not two times, but 3 times he got back up. You know what I mean? I don't even know who Lewis Crocker is, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't even.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I don't even know neither. All right, chat. So we did ask you guys to go and vote on the poll that we put up. And 75% of the people think Devin Haney is going to win this fight. And 25% of the people believe that Brian Norman Jr. is going to actually win this fight. So it's quite interesting if you was to ask me, really. It's quite interesting because he feels like some people feel like Brian going to win. Some people feel like Haney's going to win. But the question to you, who wins this fight? It's real interesting, man. Yo, Toxic Games, do you got an Instagram? Because he says, I don't see, says, Joe Mama says, I don't see that Haney's skills are next level. Okay, man. Damn, I was gonna let you join me on screen, man, and talk your talk, man, cause you own it, man. You own it, bro. My boy Joe Mama says, I don't see that Haney's skills are next level. That's interesting, man. That's interesting. That's quite interesting. So you don't see that Devin Haney's skills are next level. You don't think that Devin Haney is one of the top performers in his division? Who do you see amongst his peers beating Devin Haney? And my next question to you is, you saying Devin Haney's skills is not next level, right? But if Devin Haney's skills is not next level, whose skills level is next level in your opinion? Damian Webster says Devin is by far the best at 147. Shout out to Damian Webster. Hey, Damian Webster, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button for me too, man. He says he is, and this and he says they all waited for Ennis to move up though. LOL. Hey, it's nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it. Oh, you saying I'm saying Devin Haney's skills are next level? I don't. Okay, they are next level. Okay, I got you, bro. I got you. Because I was like, dang, bro, Devin Haney got some good skills. Yeah, he looked bad in his last performance against Ryan. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he didn't look his best in his last in his other performance, but I still think Devin Haney still shows high class I still think he shows high class, man. I still think that he performs top tier, man. I just really do. H-Town Juke in the building. H-Town Juke, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, man. Hit the subscribe button and like button. Ain't nobody else go give y'all the opportunity to read y'all comments for free. So please hit that subscribe button for me, brother. He says, Devin Haney is too vulnerable. Since the Ryan Garcia fight, he showed his last fight. This is a tough task in front of him. Hey, one thing that I got to say to you, bro. I agree. This is a tough task in front of Devin Haney. This is definitely a tough task. You know what I mean? His last two performances, like I said, it wasn't his best, right? But you got to think about it, right? So he lost against Ryan Garcia, right? And it wasn't his best because he got knocked down 3 times, but he also got up 3 times, right? And then so he goes up against his next performance, Jose. Hold on. I keep forgetting that guy's name. Let me go pull up the resume real quick. Cause I don't know why I keep forgetting that guy's name. For some reason, Jose, what's Jesus, Carlos Ramirez. Okay, so Ramirez, that wasn't his best performance. And so wasn't Ramirez. Shout out to Julian in the building. Hit that subscribe button for me, Julian. Yeah, man. Sometimes, bro, when you on live and you looking at everything, bro, my mind be going. But okay, so Jose Ramirez, right? Jesus Ramirez, but Ramirez, right? Ramirez, that's his name, Ramirez. Ramirez, right? So you gotta look at it from this standpoint or for this viewpoint, right? Devin Haney goes up against a Ryan Garcia, right? And he was captured getting hit. He was captured getting hit, right? He was captured getting hit. And so by him getting hit, he went to the gym again. He went down to what? Big Bear or whatever they call it. And he got another fight coming up against Ramirez. Devin Haney, in the back of his mind is he don't want to get caught with the left hook. So what does he do? He utilizes the whole ring. He hit you, he go. And it was just too much utilizing the ring, right? And a lot less of the Devin Haney that we once know. We got to give that to Devin Haney because that was his first time back. He had to shake off the cobwebs. Even though he'd been in training, sparring people, his confidence wise in front of millions of people who was watching just wasn't there. You see what I'm saying? And so we have to give Devin Haney this opportunity of just, okay, this your first time back in the ring. We give you grace and mercy, okay? Now, this time back in ring, you got to show us a little bit more. You can't have that same performance that you did with Ramirez because now we're going to look at it like, hey, this ain't the Devin that we once knew. You see what I'm saying? So now Devin Haney now has to come back and show us that vulnerability that H-Town is talking about, that is not there. You know what I mean? Or if it's there, it's not there as much as it was during the Ramirez fight. That's what I'm saying. Like when we say he's too vulnerable, he was just now coming back after a horrific loss, man. See what I'm saying? And then on top of that, even though he was cheated, it was still a horrific loss, even though it was, switched back up to a no contest or whatnot. You know what I mean? Fire emoji. My boy says, also, Ryan and Devin fought 6 times before they fought. They was used to each other already. That was back in the amateur. that was back in the amateurs. So I don't know if I can say like they was used to each other already. You know what I mean? That was because I feel like, man, if you knew me, like it's a lot of people that knew me back when I was a kid. I don't even talk to them same individuals anymore. I have grown and my life has went on. So yeah, they fought each other, but do you really remember that fight? Now that you're a professional, your skill set level back then is not your skill set level as it is now. You feel me? Like the skill set level now is like on an all-time high. You feel me? And I just don't feel like yeah, they knew of each other. They probably watched each other now. Like, I bet you they didn't go back to their amateur fights. Oh, they probably did. I ain't even gonna say that. Yeah, they probably did go to the amateur fights and see each other how they did. But I would say that it's a great opportunity for them. And man, I just think that Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney is a 50-50 fight for right now. You know what I'm saying? My boy says Brian Norman Jr. knows what he's up against. Can you tell by the way he walk, talk, face off? Devin Haney's skill set will test him and bring out that monster. Dang, he says Brian Norman Jr. knows what he's going up against. You can tell the walk, the talk, the face off. Devin Haney's skills will test him and bring out that monster. Shout out to that boy. Make sure y'all help. Make sure y'all supporting the channel though, man. Even though I'm reading y'all comments, you go to another page, they will not read y'all comments, man. So please send in a super chat, man. It don't matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could just send in something to support the channel. You feel me? Send in a little super chat, man. $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $20, whatever y'all can, just to support the channel, man. You know what I mean? You go to another page, they won't even read the comments or show y'all love like I do. One-on-one love, but they won't even do that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, just you can hit that $sign and send in a super chat, man. Send in a super chat. He says Brian Norman knows what he's going up against. Can you tell? You know what, bro? I think I don't think Brian Norman Jr. never denied Devin Haney's skill set, man. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think that he's always given Devin Haney his credit, but I do know that Devin Haney is a dog. But also Devin Haney knows that Brian Norman Jr. is a bigger natural 147 pounder. You know what I mean? So, and he's coming with a lot of power. So hopefully Dev can take that power too. You know what I mean? So that's why I say, man, I really feel like this is a 50-50 fight in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? My boy says, I'm already into this channel. This gonna be my new go-to. Shout out to my boy.
Shout out to Likeable.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, H-Town Jew, man. Listen, man, I come on her all the time, man. Today I'm coming on her early, but turn on your notifications, man. That way you get notified when we come on. So this is what I do, right? What I do is I go live at different times, right? So I might come on at 5. I might come on at 6. I might come on at 7. But you guys have to turn on your notifications so you get notified when we go live. And I do that because, I don't have a set time because there's a lot of things that I do in the background, editing videos, posting videos, and all of that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So, there's a lot of things that I do in the background. So, and then it keeps the audience on their toes, being in tune with the channel, you know what I'm saying? Answering the questions, like when I put little polls in the community that you guys can go and comment on and things of that nature, man. So, definitely, man. I appreciate you, man. Where were we at? I'm saying like the fundamentals. So Likeable. If Brian Norman can't get past Haney jab, does he win? Ooh. I don't know, man. Because you know what? But you know what? Devin haven't been using that jab lately, though. Right? I mean, I just think about the Devin Haney prior to the Lomachenko fight. And I know I already said this, but for some of y'all that are just now coming on, I'm going to repeat this, right? So the Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, he didn't use the jab because he knew that Lomachenko was going to be prepared for the jab, right? And so he, instead of going to the utilizing the jab, what he did was go to the body. So my question is like, if Devin Haney utilizes the jab like he did prior to the Lomachenko fight, he wins automatically. He wins because one thing Devin is phenomenal at is utilizing his jab. That's one thing can't nobody take from Devin Haney is that jab. That is his money punch, that jab. So to answer your question, he says, so likable. If Brian Norman can't get past Haney jab, does he win? Whew. I don't know, bro. I don't think so. Because Devin Haney's jab is just impeccable. Man, Blue Moon Tiger King, bro. He says, can you believe Anthony Joshua is fighting Jake Paul on Netflix on the 19th of December? I'm God shocked. I'm God smacked. Hey, listen, that's a great fight. And I actually want to talk about that fight. But Blue Moon Tiger King, you still owe the channel. You still owe the channel. We ain't forgot, bro. You still owe the channel, bro, and you ain't paid up. Like, I ain't forget about that bet that you made, that I didn't want to make. You made, bro. You made it when you said that Conor Benn was going to beat Chris Eubanks the first fight. The first fight. Not the second fight, but the first fight. You made that bet, bro. I'm just saying. But I think, but just to touch up on that fight just a little bit, right? I think that Anthony Joshua is a perfect opponent for Jake Paul. I'm going to say that again. I think Anthony Joshua is a perfect opponent for Jake Paul. I believe Jake Paul can really win that fight. Because Anthony Joshua, like, even though he's big, even though he's tall, even though he's muscular, even though he's a real, true, quote-unquote professional boxer, I think Jake Paul can win that fight. Because one thing about Anthony Joshua is his chin is garbage. So if you want my take on that fight, stay tuned. I'm going to give it to you. But you already know. I basically just said it. I got, and it's so crazy. If Jake Paul win against Anthony Joshua, what? He gonna be 1-1, right? He gonna be 1-1 against a true boxer, right? But if he wins, Jake Paul's stock just went up. He about to troll. He about to do all of it. I actually think instead of having that fight here in the States, that they should go do it in the UK. It'll be really, really big. I'm not gonna lie, like, because Anthony Joshua is like a Michael Jackson out here, right? I'm not even gonna lie. He's like a Michael Jackson out here, like not a Michael Jackson because he dead, but he's like a popular figure. Like boxing is like football over there in the UK. And so if Anthony Joshua go over there, he's like a Canelo. He's like a Canelo over there. If Anthony Joshua fight over there with Jake Paul, you're going to get the Jake Paul fans here and then the UK fans over there. And they will make more money to me. So that's just what I would think. You know what I'm saying? He says, Dev awareness will be off to do him getting traumatized from the Ryan fight. So he might get hit with a flesh big shot. Boom, 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 boom. I want to see what he said. He says the whole fight is complete utter. Shout out to Brandon Shield. Brandon Shields, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. He says the UK Board of Control will never sanction a silly fight like this. God dang. He says dev awareness would be off to do him getting Trump. Dev awareness would be off due to him getting traumatized from the Ryan fight, so he might get hit with a flesh big shot. Okay. Bro, Jake Paul is either doing two things: cashing out or crashing out. Now, I got Jake Paul winning that fight, man. He says, I'm saying if he does jab he used against Prograis. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he used the jab that he did against Regis Prograis, Devin Haney will definitely win that fight. My boy says, I want to see Clarissa Shields versus Alicia Baumgardner. Hey. Hey, man, that would be a tremendous fight, man. I'm not even gonna lie. That'll be a tremendous fight. I'm here for it. Make sure y'all smashing that like button. Let me see how many likes we got, man. Somebody send in that super chat. All right, man. We started the new goal, man, to hit that super chat, man. So somebody send in a super chat, man. We're gonna get a special shout out, man, on the channel. Then also have an opportunity to come in on screen with me, man. So send in that super chat, man, and you have the opportunity to come in on screen with me and talk this boxing talk with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. He says, Alicia, they ran through you. Bro, he says, Alicia, they run through you, Baumgardner. Shout out to that boy AB, man. That boy. Hey, bro, we run through you. Yo, that was I remember that one, man. If you don't know what he's talking about, man, you just gotta go look it up on YouTube or something, man. It got something to do with that boy AB. All I gotta say. He says this gonna be Dev Haney quickest versus Brian Norman's. This is okay. Okay, I got it. I like that. He says it's gonna be Dev Haney quickness versus Brian Norman's power, and Devin Haney's skills versus Brian Norman's heart. Big 12 rounds, no knockdowns, maybe some wobbles. Oh yeah, I like that. Bro, and bro, man, H-Town Jew, man. Make sure you go subscribe make sure you following us on Instagram, bro. I like that, bro. That right there is what it's gonna be. It's gonna be Devin Haney quickness versus Brian Norman's power, and Devin Haney's skills versus Brian Norman heart. 12 rounds, no knockdowns, maybe some wobbles. Now, I'm not for sure about the knockdowns, but it definitely may be some wobbles. But all of that, what you said, is what I agree with 100%, man. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that, man. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, man, I agree with that 100%, man. That's going to be Devin Haney's quickness versus Brian Norman's junior power. I agree with that. Because Devin got the quickness, but when I went back and watched some of Brian Norman Jr.'s fights, I was able to see that Brian Norman Jr. was like quick. Like he was real quick, bro. So, I mean, honestly, I don't know who gonna win this fight, man, because Brian Norman was really, really quick, man. And he was definitely Yeah, Brian Norman was really quick. He had like great counterpunching skills, is what I'm basically saying. He had great, phenomenal power punching skills. I mean, not power punching, but counter punching skills. And so it's still going to be Devin Haney's quickness versus Brian Norman's power. And can Devin Haney take Brian Norman's power? Because he's a natural 147. And what the Haneys may be banking on is that Brian Norman been at that weight for some time, and Devin Haney is going up. So he's getting like adjust to that weight, right? So he don't have to like starve himself. All the Devin other fights, he had to starve himself to make the weight. He don't have to starve himself to make the weight this time around. He just got to go make the weight. And Brian Norman Jr., now he gonna have to like cut back from the table this week to make that weight. You see what I'm saying? And then rehydrate back up to whatever he back up to. So yeah, definitely. That boy says, we don't know if Harmon has heart. He never been hurt before. Ooh. Okay, that boy says we don't know if Norman has heart. He's never been hurt before. He's never been hurt before. Hey man, we just gotta see November the 22nd, man, if Brian Norman Jr. got heart. You know what I mean? You just gotta wait to see. We just gotta wait to see. I want to show y'all some of these videos. Hopefully, I still got it on this computer, man. But you know, Devin Haney was working out, hitting the mitts. And even though, right, like, even though when you hit in mitts, you don't have nobody in front of you. And so you're just hitting the mitts and everything. But I think his mitts are like really good. He says, please be here. He says, please be on here and do live commentary. I'll even mute Dazn if you do. Yeah, bro, I do that all the time, bro. So like whenever there's a big fight, or if there's a fight in general, bro, like I'm always live. I'm always live. And that's what the people do though. They mute their channel and we score the fights together. We talk about it together live. And we do all of that, man. So that's why I say, man, like if you subscribe to our channel and turn on your notifications, just know that we'll be here, man, during those live fights, man. We be here during all the live fights. And man, we talk about it together. You know what I'm saying? We score the fights together. And yeah, man, that's what we do over here, bro. That's what we do, man. Definitely, man. So definitely come on. I welcome everybody to come over here, man. We gonna be live during the Devin Haney versus Brian Norman fight, man. And you know what's so crazy? Like Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. should really be the main event, but they not. You got David Benavidez and Anthony Yarde. Who's talking about it? Who's talking about it? I'm serious. Who's talking about it? Nobody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. That is the discussion. So when we talk about who's going to win this fight, we're talking about Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. Why? Because that's the one that's just been all over social media. That's what everybody been buzzing about. Ain't nobody talking about the David Benavidez and Anthony Yarde fight. You know what I mean? So definitely, man. I will be here though, bro. I really do. I really will be here. So make sure you tap in with us and we're gonna score the fight together, bro. Dang it, I was doing something. I can't remember what I was doing. Yeah, man. But yeah, we will be here for that fight, man. Yeah. Oh, that's what I was doing. I want to show y'all this video. Y'all already saw it on social media, but I want to show y'all this video. Shout out to Toxic Gameplay. Shout out to Toxic Gameplays, man. My boy say, you got skill. Never give up your dream, G.A. Shout out to that boy Toxic Gameplays for the $5 super chat. Uh-oh, wrong button. Y'all know sometimes hey, one thing about me, I hit wrong button sometimes. Shout out to that boy Toxic Gameplays, man. Becoming a new subscriber. What? But most importantly, man, he hit the super chat with a $5 super chat. Shout out to that boy Toxic Gameplays, man. I appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I like to give people abbreviation names, right? And so your abbreviation name go be TGP. Shout out to that boy TGP for the $5 super chat. TGP in the building. Hey, listen, TGP, man, since you gave us that $5 super chat, man, you don't have social media, but I like your vibe, right? In the comments that you were saying, I want to give you the opportunity to come on screen, but you don't have a social media, man. So, man, maybe next time, create you an Instagram account. Follow me on LikeableDialogue, right there. That's at the bottom of the screen. And yeah, man, and I'll definitely give you that opportunity to come on screen, man, for sure. You know what I mean? I would open up the phone lines. I open up the phone lines. He says, it's all good, G. I ain't donate for perks. I donate because you got skills and I enjoy my time here. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate that, man. You enjoying your time on here, bro. Cause like, really, man, this is what it's for, bro. It's like, it's for the people, man. And people that are somewhat interested in the same topics I'm into. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to agree. You know what I mean? Cause like, that's the whole point of my channel is likable dialogue. It's like, bro, like, we don't have to agree. You know what I'm saying? You can have your opinion. I can have my opinion, and we both come together for a great night of a debate or a great discussion. You see what I'm saying? So, man, I appreciate you, man, for enjoying the channel, man. Cause like that let me know, bro, like I'm doing I'm doing good, man. You know what I mean? And people is really enjoying the content. And so that's why I do it, man. I do it for y'all, man. And I know you new to the channel, but bro, like all the stuff that I do behind the scenes to get the content, recreate the content, and to like post the shorts, post all the clips, man, people don't even know, bro. That $5 that you donated, it go a long way with the channel, bro. You know what I'm saying? The likes, the software, man, shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you.
Likeable Dialogue.
Shout out to my boy, man. But man, I'm going to open up the lines here. I'm gonna open up the lines, man, and let you guys call in for a quick second. Boom. That's the number if you want to call in to the show and talk about the Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. That is the number to call in. If you want to call in to the show, here's always your opportunity. And just be respectful, no cussing. And that's just what we do. But yeah, so I think this is gonna be a great fight, man. I think this is gonna be an outstanding fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight. And I think the whole ring card, honestly, is really good. If I'm being real, I think the whole ring card is good. I think the whole ring card is I think we're gonna have like 3-4 good fights on this ring card from the front of the bell to the end of the bell. Like, I think it's gonna be really good. I think the whole situation with David Benavidez and Anthony Yarde, Anthony Yarde is a tremendous fighter. I think David Benavidez is a tremendous fighter as well. I actually had an opportunity to meet David Benavidez, man. And he was a stand-up guy, man. He was real cool. And let me see if I got the picture on here. Here's the picture with me and hold on, let me take this number off. If those y'all want to call in, man, I advise you guys to take a screenshot and then y'all can call in, all right? I'm gonna take that number off. You know, people do be doing a little bit of trolling. Yeah, but if you want to call in, let me know and I'll put the number back up there. But yeah, man, so like I've met a couple of people, man. And I've met David Benavidez, man. He was real cool, man. That was me and Sean Porter that. That's me and Showbiz. And I'm showing y'all this because some of y'all are new to the channel. Y'all might not be familiar with some of the people that I've been around or met. That's me and Amanda Serrano. You know what I mean? And that's me and Isaac Pitbull Cruz. You know? Who else? Bro, I've been around, bro. You know what I mean? I've been around, man. So definitely I've been around, man. But anyway, I just want you guys to know, man, that hey, this fight is gonna be a great fight, man. My boy says, hell yeah. Hit that subscribe button for me, Scooby Live. Hit that subscribe button for me, man. What? So let's go back to the chat, right? So when we asked you guys to submit your polls, 64% of you guys says Devin Haney's going to win. 27% of you guys says Brian Norman Jr. going to win. And 9% of you guys believe that it's going to be a 50-50 fight. Shout out to Scooby Live. My boy Scooby Live says just subbed up. Hit that notification bell and smash that like button for me, Scooby Live. And that way you know when we go live. And like my boy Toxic Game says, hey, we will be live during the whole Brian Norman versus Devin Haney fight. We're gonna score the fight together. We're gonna talk about it live, our live reactions. And so if you want to join us, you can join us right here on Likeable Dialogue, man. You really can, man. All right. So let's just talk about a little bit of this fight, right? Let's just break it down a little bit more, right? So this is Devin Haney's first time fighting at 147-pound division. He says, heck yeah, I'll be down, homie. Shout out to you, Scooby Live. This is Devin Haney's first time at 147-pound division, right? And if he wins, will Devin Haney get the credit that he deserves? You got to remember, it's his first time at 147, and he was offered a fight to fight the top guy at 147, which was who? Bruce Ennis. He says, yeah, we'll fight him. But Bruce Ennis said, let's fight at 152. Devin Haney replied back and said, no. Why would I fight you at 152 when I've never fought at 147 before? It doesn't make sense. And I got to give Devin Haney his props. It really didn't make sense for Devin Haney to fight a Bruce Ennis at 147. I mean, at 152 catch weight when he's never fought at 147. Now, if Bruce Ennis would have came in at 147 and then, you know, rehydrated back up to 152 or whatever, then that would have been a different thing. But that shows that Devin Haney has character. Devin Haney has guts. Devin Haney has the heart and the passion that he believes that he can go up to 147 and face the top guy in the division at the time, which was Bruce Ennis. You know what I'm saying? So we got to give Devin Haney his props. And if he wins, sky's the limit at 147, bro. I'm telling you. He says, okay, so it says, Haney would feel stronger at this weight than he has at his lower divisions. Why would Devin Haney feel stronger at this weight? It's for the simple fact that Devin Haney is coming up in weight, and he's not having to go down and suffer. And we seen the Devin Haney's, how his face would be all mushed in and stuff, right? When he was trying to make weight. At this point, we wouldn't have to worry about that with a Devin Haney. We wouldn't have to worry about that because Devin Haney is coming up in weight. So because Devin Haney is coming up in weight, his energy is going to be a little bit better. Everything would be a lot better for Devin Haney, who's coming up in weight, versus him at his lower weight divisions, man. You know what I mean? My boy Scooby Live says, going to be hitting heavy and feeling more hydrated than losing weight. And that's what I'm saying. Facts, Scooby, facts. Facts. He's going to feel way more hydrated than him losing the weight. And we heard it in some of the clips that he posts. He say he can eat anything that he want to eat. He's telling the chef to make it. Versus he couldn't do that back then because why? Because he had to cut that weight. And he said he couldn't do that. So, man, Devin Haney got to give us a good fight. You know what I mean? And, you know, if he utilizes the ring like he did with the Ramirez fight, I won't be mad at it. But he has to be more offensive than defensive. And that will show us that, hey, Devin is back. Give me that Regis Prograis fight. Give me the Lomachenko fight. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, Devin Haney did a great job against Lomachenko. Other people believe he didn't do good. I think that was one of the best performances Devin Haney had. Why? Because Lomachenko was hoping Devin Haney utilized that jab so he could counter him. But Devin Haney said, no, that's what you expect. That's what you expect for us to do. Okay, good. Guess what? I got something for you. It's called go to the body. And that is what he did. I thought that was the most tremendous body of work, no pun intended, that he did against a Lomachenko. But a lot of people won't agree with me. My boy Scooby Live says, you watching the difference overall in weight cuts from other fighters. Dev showed out. TS ain't bothered him at all. He says, yep, body shots. No joke, for real. Shout out to that boy Scooby Live. Scooby Live, man. Make sure you you know what I'm saying? Make sure you smash that like button. I'm not for sure if you already did. Smash that like button, man. And if you can, you know, donate to the super chat, man. Shout out to my boy Toxic Gameplays. Donated $5 to the super chat, man. All that does is helps the channel grow. Keep us with our streaming system. Keep the lights on. You know what I mean? Oh, definitely, man. Where was we at? Okay, so yeah, so he's stronger. He's going up to a stronger weight class, and he's going to have more energy than he had in his lower divisions, right? So let's talk about the styles and the ring IQ versus the power. Devin Haney, ring IQ, skills. Brian Norman is the power guy. Brian Norman is the power guy. Norman emphasizes that his ring IQ, not just raw power. He says that he got ring IQ like Devin Haney, and Devin Haney is going to have to see. But he also gave Devin Haney his process, like, yeah, you got great ring IQ, but don't overlook me and say that I don't got ring IQ. That is what Brian Norman Jr. said. Haney, on the other hand, is known for his technical boxing framework, jab, if he can control the distance, and he can neutralize Norman's power. That is what Devin Haney is banking on. That he has the superior ring IQ. That he is superior than Brian Norman Jr. He said Brian Norman Jr. is good, but guess what? I'm better. You heard what he said when he was paraphrasing Mayweather when he says, violate I'm going to have to demonstrate. If you violate, I'm going to have to demonstrate. And then Brian Norman Jr., called him out for copying Mayweather. But I'm saying, if Brian Norman violate Devin Haney, you got to show us and demonstrate, because that's what we're looking for. We seen the Ramirez fight. But you, Devin Haney, says if Brian Norman Jr. violate, you going to have to demonstrate. And so guess what? If Brian Norman Jr. violate Devin Haney, I'm expecting Devin Haney to demonstrate. He got to. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy LD.
The King.
And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. So I definitely want to see Devin Haney demonstrate, man, because that's what he said that he's going to do. So Devin Haney is known for his technical boxing, his footwork, and the jab, which we talked about earlier. That jab. Devin Haney has to show us that he still have all of those attributes. He got to show us. Because the Ramirez fight, yes, you was just now coming off of your loss, and so you had to shake those cobwebs off. I get it. But now you got to show us that you are the Devin Haney and that you are the guy that you say that you are, man. Brian Norman Jr. carries a serious one-punch power. We've seen it with Jasaki. We've seen it in his other fights. But Devin Haney says that all of that don't matter because Top Rank is great matchmakers in Devin Haney's mind. Top Rank, they some great matchmakers. So you were supposed to do that. That's what he says. So my question is Devin Haney underestimating Brian Norman Jr. power? Or is Devin Haney just saying, yeah, I know you got power. I know you're going to bring that to the ring. But your power don't offset my skill set. That's the question that we got to ask tonight. Is Dev overlooking the power? Or is Devin Haney saying, I know you got power, but your power don't offset my skill set. Your power don't offset my skill set. I know what I'm capable in. I have that ring IQ. To me, Devin Haney is a younger Floyd Mayweather and a younger Terrence Crawford. And I'm ready to argue with anybody out there. You can't tell me Devin Haney doesn't have that ring IQ. So Dev, me personally, Dev, I got to hold you responsible. So if Brian Norman Jr. violate, and as you stated, Devin Haney, I need to see you demonstrate. So it's safe to say, y'all, if y'all want to bet on somebody, put your money on Dev. Because Dev says if he violate, he go demonstrate. And if he don't, I already know the internet is going to take that clip and they're going to run with it. And Dev, you got to go ahead and demonstrate. Shout out to Dev. Experience versus momentum. You know what? I think I'm going to save some of these topics for later on during the week. I'm going to save some of these topics. Because, we're going to save some of these topics for later on during the week, man. Y'all stay tuned. So what we're going to talk about next is experience versus momentum. We're going to talk about the mental game and the confidence. We're going to talk about the risk and the form, the recent form and risk. And we're going to talk about who possibly wins this fight. Is it Brian Norman Jr. or is it Devin, the Dream Haney? Hey guys, I'm your host, LD, the Kid. And you talking says, can anyone send me? Bro. Can anybody send me a super chat, bro? Alexander, send your boy a super chat, man. But so we're gonna save some of these topics for next week. And I mean, no, not for next week, for later on this week. So tomorrow we're gonna have a part 2 of this. So make sure y'all press that subscribe button. Make sure y'all comment. Make sure y'all turn on your notifications, because we are going to have a part 2 for this conversation. And if you like this conversation, hit that subscribe button. Go tell a friend to subscribe to the page. And like always, I'm your host, LD. Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy, LD.
The Kid.
And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Hey, Likeable Dialogue. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I'm up out of here, man. Subscribe to the page and go on Instagram and give us a follow at Likeable Dialogue. Hey guys, that part of the segment was called Subscriber Questions, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to press the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed, and don't forget to press the like button so everybody can participate in that, right? Press the like button, please. That helps the channel grow, okay? And listen, don't forget to press that subscribe button. Great show. Thank you, guys. It's your boy LD.
The Kid.
And you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Press that subscribe button and stay tuned for more on Likeable Dialogue. Likeable Dialogue. Hey, man, we're gonna have another part 2 of this debate, man, because it's fight week and we got to talk about it. We're going to get into the Anthony Yard. We're going to get into everybody that's on the card. But right now, the most important topic to me is the Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr., because they are selling the hell out this fight. And I don't know why they ain't the main event. I don't know. Stay tuned for part 2. I'm up out of here, guys. Appreciate it.